Broadcasting from the southernmost headquarters of the Exceptional Conservative Network, it's the Willie Lawson Show. It's the hippest urban conservative trip in America. And now, your host, Willie Lawson. Well, good morning. It is a pleasure to be back here in the captain's chair. We sort of abdicated our captain's chair on Friday for a special broadcast from the Exceptional Conservative Network. The broadcasting of the great event of Republican Trailblazers, the Trailblazers event about Black Republicans. So I hope that you enjoyed that broadcast and that you will enjoy today's broadcast. Today's broadcast is Now What? Now What? It occurred to me after speaking on Thursday to Mason Weaver that there are a lot of folks now who are wondering what the next step is. What's the next step? Where do we go from here? 13% of African American males, black males, voted for Donald Trump. That's an appreciable amount. What's the next step? We are in a position, a lot of people are in a position where they've never been before. A lot of people are in a position where they've never been before. Is there a way forward? Was this a one-off? Or is this a trend? Is this the next great thing in Black America? Is this the next thing in Black American history? Is this something that we're going to be talking about in Black History months to come? This is where the great migration back to the Republican Party happened. Is this the time? Do you have enough information? Do you feel comfortable enough for that? Or is it time to do something else? What do you think? That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about what do you think? Do you think it's time to make that adjustment? Do you think it's time to leave the plantation, the so-called plantation of the Democrat Party? Do you think that it's time to throw off the rhetoric of the great switch? Do you think it's time to stop being tied in and tied up and beaten down with words? Are being made afraid of certain words? That you can't be a Republican because Republicans are racist, that you can't be a conservative because conservatives are racist, when you know damn well people who are conservative and Republican who are not racist. When you can see it for yourself, when you can see it for yourself, when you can hear it for yourself, when you're starting to open yourself up to new things, when you're starting to open yourself up to new ideas, to see the left really throw themselves on the floor, really literally throw themselves on the floor, causing as much disruption as they possibly can. Why? Because they're afraid that you, Mr. Black Man, Ms. Black Woman, have seen through the charade finally. That just like in the Bible, the curtain has been ripped from top to bottom. And the glory of your freedom is right there for you to take. The glory of your liberty is right there for you to take. The glory of your prosperity for yourself, your family, and your community is right there for the taking. All you have to do is walk in it. That's it. That's all you got to do. And they see that. So you know what they're doing? They're making as much fuss to dissuade you, to discourage you, to confuse you. But you know what? I tell you what. We here at the Exceptional Conservative Network, we're not going to let that happen. We are not going to let the left continue to muddy the water. We're not going to do that. We're going to make sure that you have as much information and as much encouragement on your new walk as you could possibly get. because it is imperative. It's imperative that we change our communities, that we make our communities better, safer for our children, that we make our school districts better, safer, more efficient for our children. It's better for us that we leave the chains, that we take off the chains, the bonds, the handcuffs of what the left has provided for so many years, and know that and understand that we were only hearing rhetoric, we were only hearing words, we were not seeing deeds, and move on to something else. And it's time. Don't you believe that it's time to move on to something else? I believe that it's time to move on to something else. Now, you may not be ready. Now, again, I want to make sure that this is clear to you. I'm not here on this internet station to recruit black people as Republicans. It is not my focus. It's not. I'm not getting any per head payment for as many black Republicans as I can recruit. No one's paying me by the person or by the pound. That's not happening. It's never going to happen. That's not my purpose here. My purpose is to look at where we are now as individuals, as families and communities, point out where we are, and then start talking about where do we want to be and how do we get there. That's the whole purpose of this program. Where we are, now where do we want to be, and how do we get there? What ideologies do we need? What partners do you need? What pieces of legislation and ideologies do you need to accomplish your goals? What tools do you need to accomplish your goals for yourself, for your family, for your communities? That's what we're talking about today. That's what we always talk about. Because it is extremely important to know when something has failed. You may have plenty of it. You may have plenty of water at your house, but it doesn't do you any good in your gas tank in your car. There may be lots of it. It may be readily available, but it doesn't do you any good. If you fill your gas tank with water, yes, it will register full. You get in and you turn the key and the gas gauge will register full, but it's not gasoline, and that is what the Democrat Party has been to black America for 80 years. There's lots of it, but it has no power for positive change. Sputters, makes noise, but ultimately doesn't get you anywhere. That's exactly the picture of a Democrat Party and a leftist movement that I want you to see in urban America. That's what it's been. There's lots of it around. All you have to do is say, hey, where's my blah, 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 and 42 Democrats hop out of the woodwork with the same useless, sparkless rhetoric that they'll fill you up on. So much, in fact, that you're doing nothing but regurgitating it. But if you put that stuff in your tank and try to do something with it, try to go someplace with it, it's not going to work. It never has worked, and it never will work. Today, we are going to explore some items that work. We're going to try to hook you up with some people who are working these items, and that's what I want you to be able to explore on your own. Some of the folks that my personal group, Fight Back Media Group, is supporting. That's going to be very important to your future. It's going to be very important to the future of your community. It's going to be very important to the future of America. Now, we'll get to that right after these messages. Thank you so much for coming to the Willie Lawson Show on the Exceptional Conservative Network, powered by SHR Media, and syndicated by our friends at High Plains Talk Radio. We'll be right back. Innovation, inspiration, and imagination. three important characteristics that are important in any business, but especially in real estate when you're looking for your forever home. And when that home is a new home, there are very, very many things that must go right. The financing must be on point. The furnishings must be on point. The location and neighborhood must be on point. And if you need someone to get that right the first time, you have to go to my friend Gary Knight at New Homes of Tampa Bay. That's New Homes of Tampa Bay. You can reach him on the web at www.newhomestpa.com. If you're looking for innovation through technology, inspiration and imagination through hard work, www.newhomestpa.com. There's no reason to wait for a special occasion to send flowers. No reason to wait until you miss a birthday or an anniversary or Valentine's Day to send flowers. All you have to do is get a hold of my friend Christine at Bloomingdale's Flower Shop, www.bloomingdays.com. That's www.bloomingdays.com. And tell her that you want to send the very best, that you care enough to send the very best. One of FTD's top florists in all of the United States, always in the top 100 of flower shops in the United States. That's Bloomingdale's Flower Shop, www.bloomingdays.com. Forget calling 1-800-something, www.bloomingdays.com. It's great to have partners, but it's even better when one of your partners is one of the finest urban conservatives in America. That's my friend Kevin Batts. Kevin Batts of Red River Chronicle TV. Red River Chronicle TV is taking the internet by storm. With fabulous production, amazing commentary, and incredible insight, Red River TV is the thing that we'll all be watching in 2017. They are the people, Kevin and his wife Janelle, are the voices that are going to make the difference in urban America in 2017. So get in on the ground floor. Go to www.redriverchronicle.com and subscribe to Red River TV today. All right, we're back. We're back with more of the Will Austin Show here on the Central Conservative Network. Thank you for joining us today. On Thursday, on our last broadcast, Mason Weaver was my guest, and Mason Weaver used to be an ex-Black Panther and had some pretty strong words for the left, pretty strong words for Black people, pretty strong words for America. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a segment that Mason did with Tucker Carlson, talking about John Lewis. And basically, Mason Weaver says that John Lewis has joined the oppressor. This is a great piece to play to get you in the mindset of that things have changed. Where you lived in America in October is not the same America you live in right now. And it's not Trump because of people like Mason Weaver.
Well, Congressman John Lewis of Georgia is being cast as the undisputed champion of Black America, standing in opposition to Donald Trump on behalf of all African Americans. But Lewis does not speak for all African Americans. Mason Weaver used to be a Black Panther, for example. He now says Lewis is a, quote, civil rights turncoat who's collaborating with the Democratic Party to oppress Black America. Mr. Weaver joins us now to explain what he means. Mr. Weaver, thanks for joining us tonight.
My pleasure. Really, my pleasure.
So what did you mean by that?
Well, you know, in the early 70s and late 60s, we were demonstrating and protesting for the right to compete as adult citizens in America. We were not demonstrating to be taken care of better. Now, Congressman Lewis, he marched across the Pettus Bridge, and they beat him and ran over him. But those were Democrats. It was Democrat. George Wallace stood in the schoolhouse yard. It was Democrats, Bull Connors, that oppressed folks. It was Democrats that voted for the litmus test called the literacy test and the poll tax. He was fighting Democrats. But after they beat his behind on that bridge and ran over him and stomped him in the ground, he got up and turned and joined them. He joined the oppressors and became a stooge for them, where he was now sitting and presiding over the destruction of the black community, the destruction of the black men, the destruction of the black woman with drugs and gangs. He has presided over the worst school system in the world, where black people are learning only to be gang prep. So I'm outraged that the demonstration that he had early in his life has turned into a subjugation of his rights and authority as a black leader.
So when you say he's presided over, are you speaking of his congressional district?
Not just his congressional district, but the Congressional Communist Black Caucus that has every district they own and control is a ghetto hellhole. It's a place that no one wants to go to. They're in control of every inner city school system, every inner city police, every inner city jail. They have produced nothing but drugs and misery. Black-owned businesses, black-owned housing has been reduced. They have presided over the destruction of black people. They should be ashamed of themselves, and I don't understand why any black person could be a Democrat.
Huh. Interesting. So you believe that John Lewis, when he gets up and says anything, is already discredited because of what he's failed to do since the Civil Rights era?
He has done nothing. John Lewis, bless his heart, it took courage to do what he did in early life. But what he has done now, he has turned himself to his enemy, like a little girl being beaten by daddy and joins daddy, like an abused woman beaten by her husband, she joins the husband. He has joined the enemy. He has joined the oppressor. And what he should do, if you're a real man, John Lewis, if you're a real hero, you stand up tomorrow morning and you look at the American people and you apologize. You have led them through decades of hell. You should apologize, say you made a mistake, say that you tried to work with them. But the Democratic Party has always been the party of abuse, always been the party of the Klan, the party that went to war to keep slaves, the party that's always been the destruction of black people. Mr. Lewis, you have presided over the destruction of black America, and you owe us an apology. As a matter of fact, you're more concerned, he's more concerned about Trump being the illegitimate president, but John Lewis is the illegitimate congressman.
So presumably you don't believe that John Lewis is doing this on purpose, or that other members of the Congressional Black Caucus are doing this on purpose, do you?
That's why I love you so much, Tucker. You're so kind, you're so genuine, but I know that you hate BS. So I'm going to tell you, all I've seen that he has gotten enriched, his people have gotten poor. The Black Caucus has gotten more power and influence, and the black people that preside over has gotten poor. More drugs, more gangs, less business, less home ownership, less education, more jail, more drugs. Now, if you did that in your job, you'll be fired. If you did that in any place else, you'll be fired. The worse black people are, the poorer we are, the stronger the Congressional Black Caucus is, the more powerful Democrats are, the worse off black people are. So I'm just saying, as a citizen of America, looking around my country, I'm saying that every place you find black people and Democrats, you find poverty. Now, wait for someone to say, well, I'm wrong. You find disgrace, you find degradation, you find no jobs, you find a place that is utterly unlivable. That's his legacy. Huh.
Mason Weaver, not a mincer of words. Thanks for joining us tonight with your perspective.
Stay right.
Appreciate it.
Stay right. We got to just stay right. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Things have changed. Things have changed. I mean, when Mason Weaver says that when he tells the truth that the more powerful the Congressional Black Caucus gets and more influential they get, the worse it is for black Americans. And if you can see that over the past 8 years, we can see that the more gang violence, the more murders, especially in places like Chicago. Places are butt ugly. Nobody wants to go there. Nobody wants to live there. Nobody wants to work there. Businesses don't want to go there. They don't want to they don't want to put businesses in some of these places. The more power and the more powerful the Black Congressional Caucus gets, the worse it is for Black America. The more powerful and influential Democrats get, the worse it is for Black America. We can see that. We can still see that in our education system. We can see that in every aspect of urban life. In every aspect of urban life, and now we're talking about major cities talking about, because they're upset at Donald Trump, is that they're going to consider themselves sanctuary cities. Right here in Tampa, Bob Buckhorn was on a morning show saying that he was not going to consider Tampa a sanctuary city because there was no real such legal definition of that. But he wasn't going to help send illegals home. He wasn't going to use resources from the Tampa Police Department to gather up people who weren't supposed to be here and deport them. He did, however, say that he would, if there were illegals who broke the law, that he would go ahead and go through the proper steps to notify immigration authorities that these people were here, and they would go to jail, and then, you know what normally happens is they go to jail and then they are deported. So, but we have mayors all over, Democrat mayors all over the country, wanting to claim their city sanctuary cities. We have a diversity committee here where I live, who made a presentation in front of the county commission to declare this county, the entire county, a sanctuary county. Which again means that if you are illegal, if you are here illegally, that you can stay here, and we will do what we can to make sure that you're not deported. That we will use government resources and taxes to make sure that you are not deported, even though we know that you are breaking the law. Now, why is this a problem? What community does this kind of behavior hurt the most? It hurts urban America. It hurts the Black community. It hurts Black people the most, because those are the jobs that they get. Those are the jobs that they take. Those are the resources that are used, that are needed so desperately in urban America. It's very simple. It's very simple. You know what? It's easy to be behind the gate. You know what? Behind the gate in the gated community, saying that you feel great because you live in a county that's a quote sanctuary county. It doesn't affect you. The people that it affects, the people who suffer because of the influx of illegal aliens, especially in an already diminished job market, those people don't have the political power and political say, and basically a lot of them, including a lot of us, have been lied to for 80 years. That this whole thing is part of our struggle, that is part of our battle, which is one of our battles, when quite frankly it is not. Quite frankly, our position should be, as Black people in America, that America is for Americans first. And, you know, and basically as much hell, you know, it should be as much hell as I've been through in this country, that somebody's going to come here illegally and get in front of me. Oh, hell no. That needs to be our position. That needs to be our position. And if that is not our position, and if that's not the position of our so-called Black leaders, then we need new leaders. Then we need new leaders. If that is not the position of our Democrat leaders that we continue to support on the local level, then we need new leaders. We need people who are going to look out for Americans, all Americans. And if we don't, and if we don't have that, then we need to find people who will. If you're not going to look out for us, if you're okay with putting somebody ahead of us, and although we've been here the whole time, see, and that's what this is exactly what this amounts to. What this amounts to is that Black people, listen to me carefully. We've been here all along. It doesn't even matter how we got here. That's not even important now. What's important now is that we're here now. We're in these communities now. We have spent our sweat, our time, our blood, our treasure in these communities. And now, because of political correctness, It's okay for someone to come here who doesn't belong here, who is illegally here, and put them in front of you in every aspect. Where it's okay for the dreamers to get in-state tuition. Not only are they from out of state, they're illegally out of country, and they're going to be able to get in-state tuition to colleges. They're going to be able to get scholarships to colleges when our kids can't get scholarships to college. Are you kidding me? And some of your Democrat leaders are going along with all of this, continuously going along and promoting it. It's time to get new leaders. It's time to hear new voices. It's time to hear new voices. Voices like Mason Weaver. Voices like K. Carl Smith and Sonny Johnson. Kevin Batts. Nadra Enzi. Shirley Huzar. C.L. Bryant. Ken McClinton. Melanie Collette. Lonnie Poindexter. So where do you start? Well, I'll tell you where. I can tell you where you start. You start right here on the Exceptional Conservative Network. That's where you start. That's the best place to start. Because there are voices here that are not yet being heard in mainstream media. That's why we bring you people like Mason Weaver, and that's why we're going to bring you this month people like Sonny Johnson on this program. Because if we don't bring you these voices, you're not going to hear them on. You're not going to hear them on mainstream media. You're not going to hear these voices. You're not going to hear what you will hear here. Or even on this program. So let's do that first. Let's get you to the exceptionalconservativeshow.com. Let's get you to that website first, and you can check out all our shows on the Exceptional Conservative Network. By clicking on the TECN AM tab or the TECN PM tab. All our programs are there. You can click on the Voice of Liberty tab. The programs that are there. There's Bible study and there's an Exceptional Conservative Show tab to learn more about the Exceptional Conservative Show, whose host is Ken McClinton, who is our leader, That's the deal. That's what you need to do. I would start there. And on the front page, there's a list of shows there, the Exceptional Conservative Show, this program, New Day, Black and Red, the American Conservative Explanation of the Inspired Word of God, The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Money Talk with Melanie, The Right Guys with Lonnie Poindexter, and Reverend Ralph Cheatham's, right here. Start there. The exceptionalconservativeshow.com. Start with that website right there. You know, if you're new to all of this black conservative stuff, black Republican stuff, and you don't want to go to the Republican Party because you may not trust them yet, and that is understandable, my friends. Understandable. How about you go somewhere who's basically not trying to recruit you? I mean, there's no benefit to recruiting anybody. But if I can change some minds, if I can get you to think a little differently, then maybe we can change our communities. Maybe we can do some good. Maybe we can actually do some good. We can stop talking about rhetoric. We can stop talking about bullcrap and actually do some good. How about that? Let's do that. Let's make that how we get this done. How we move forward. Now, you can also go to my website, fightbackmedia.com. That's www.fightbackmedia.com. It's the home page of the Fight Back Media Group, which is partnered now with the Exceptional Conservative Network. Basically, our goal is to improve the condition of urban America by spreading the healing power of conservative thought and policies. The healing power of conservative thought and policies. The main thing, friends, is that what was happening before, led by Democrats and leftists, wasn't working. If you go to a doctor and you've got a wound that won't heal, and everything they tell you to do makes it worse, would you keep going to that doctor? If whatever medicines and treatments they keep suggesting don't work, actually make it worse, would you keep going to that doctor? Well, of course not. At some point you say, you know what, maybe it's time to get another set of eyes on this. Maybe it's time to get a second or third or fourth opinion, because I'm not getting any better. And that's what we have to do. And that's exactly what we have to do. And that's what we haven't done. We've been going back to the same doctor, getting the same treatments, hearing the same stuff, hearing the same thing, that white Republicans are the cause of all our problems here in the hood, all our problems here in the ghetto, regardless of the leadership that, where we live hasn't changed in 85 years. They want you to believe, continue to believe that your oppressor are the people that you cannot see, the people who are not in your community. They want you to believe that your oppressor is the Tea Party. They want you to believe that your oppressor is the Ku Klux Klan, who has a national membership of less than 10,000, and I'm being generous. That somehow the Ku Klux Klan is still your oppressor. It's the boogeyman. White Republicans, although there are none who live where you live, there are none who work where you work, there are none in the schools where your children go to school, are somehow your oppressors. They want you to believe this, that things you cannot see, people you have not had any dealings with in the past 60 years, are your oppressors, when they are indeed the only people who have made policy, the only people who have held elected office, only people who have run your school districts for 80 years. And they're explaining why you're not getting any better. It's like the doctor blaming the guy down the street, the doctor's office down the street, on why you're not getting any better. You've only gone to one doctor. You've never gone to the guy down the street, have you? You've only gone to one doctor. You've only gone to the Democrat Party. You've only gone to the left. That's the only doctor you've been to. And they're telling you that the reason you're not getting well is because of the doctor down the street. Now, and what's happening is, some people are saying that doesn't make any damn sense. That's ridiculous. So you're right. It's time to go to a new doctor. It's time to go, not to Dr. Feelgood, but to Dr. Work Hard. It's time to go to Dr. Work Hard. It's because this is hard work. This is not for the timid. What I am telling you to do is not for the timid, because you're going to face resistance like you've never, ever faced resistance. You are going to face that resistance in a way that you could have imagined that you would. And you're going to face that resistance from people that you never thought would resist you. You're going to face most of that resistance from your family. Maybe even people in your own house. So this is not for the timid. I'm going to give you some more resources when we come back from break, about the people that you can talk to and some of the readings that you can enjoy, and that you will need along your journey. Because I'm telling you, this is not going to be easy for you. But the best part, the Exceptional Conservative Network is going to be right here by your side the whole time. You can reach me at WLSTECN@gmail.com. I'm going to be right with you, by your side, the whole time, the whole way. You can do this. We can do this together. We'll be right back after these messages.
Good morning.
I'm Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Okay, folks, that's not how it goes. I think I'm Shannon, and you're Michael.
Yeah.
Okay. We are The Right Way with Shannon and Mike.
Join us from 7 to 9 a.m. Eastern Time.
Live on SHR Media.
And on TECN.
Where we'll be talking about all kinds of things.
From sports and politics.
To food and entertainment.
To money.
Family.
And anything else in between.
Community, holidays, all kinds of things.
It'll be great. Join us from 7 to 9 a.m. Eastern Time.
Hi, it's your business diva here, Melanie Collette of Money Talk with Melanie on the Exceptional Conservative Network. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m., we talk all things money on a global, domestic, and household scale that affects you and your wallet. You don't want to miss it.
Nothing fits a home perfectly than a brand new grand piano. And if you're looking for a piano for your brand new home, you've got to visit Dave's Piano. And that's davespianoshowroom.com. If you're looking for the perfect thing to set off your new home, a piano is what you're looking for. And my friend Dave has the perfect piano for you. And the best thing about buying a piano from Dave is that he does everything. He delivers, he sets up, he tunes, he takes care of everything. The best part about Dave's Piano, quite frankly, is Dave. So when you buy a piano from Dave's Piano Showroom, you only deal with Dave. You can reach them at www.davespianoshowroom.com. That's davespianoshowroom.com. It's all the rage to call and order flowers from 1-800-whatever or go online and order them from some nameless, faceless person on the other end. I'm saying you should do something different. You should, before doing that, call my friends at Blooming Days Flower Shop, located right here in Tampa, Florida, at 11618 North Florida Avenue, 33612. Christine and her staff don't look at just the order. They look at the customer. They look at your occasion. They consider the entire person, the entire occasion, before making decisions about design and price. You're more than just a customer. You're a friend. Call our friends at Blooming Days Flower Shop, toll free at 1-800-330-3297. 1-800-330-3297. Local 813-971-5947. 813-971-5947. You can reach them on the web at www.bloomingdays.com. You're tired of the cold? You're tired of the taxes? It's time to move to Florida. And our friend Gary Knight at New Homes of Tampa Bay is the perfect person to help you. You can just give Gary a call at 813-770-9452, or you can go to the website to look for your brand new home at www.newhomestpa.com. Move to Florida. It's about time. Information is crucial when you're looking to purchase a new home. With so many choices of communities and options, choosing the right one for you and your family can be a daunting task. That's why you need to go to New Homes of Tampa Bay right now, www.newhomestpa.com, and get the information you need. Learn how people save thousands of dollars when purchasing new homes. Buy like the pros. New Homes Tampa Bay, www.newhomestpa.com. This program is being syndicated on the High Plains Talk Radio Network. For more information, go to www.highplainstalkradio.com. All right. Well, welcome back. Welcome back to the Willie Lawson Show here on the Exceptional Conservative Network. We appreciate you being here today. You could be anywhere. You could be anywhere doing anything, but you're right here. It may be in the morning, but right now, or maybe in the afternoon, or maybe in the evening when you're listening. But it's all good to me. It's all good to me. What we need you to do is we need you to share what you find here with your friends. We need you desperately to share what you find here with your friends. We need you to hit the little the sideways V with the dots on each point, and share our show on Facebook, share our show on Twitter or Google Plus, or email the link to a friend of yours or somebody you think is going to be mad. I don't care. It doesn't matter. You know what? We've turned people before. We have turned them. We have people who have come in and been angry and said, you know what, your show is blah 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 and terrible, and you're this and you're that. But after they listen for a week or so, they go, well, maybe you got a point. So you know what? It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to hide us because you're ashamed of us. You're ashamed of, and you don't want to get into a big argument. They can always argue with me. They can send me an email at wlstecn@gmail.com, and I'll be sure to answer them no matter what. But share this program and share all the programs on TECN, both AM and PM, with your friends and neighbors. Share them with the people you like. Share them with the people you don't like. Share them on Facebook and Twitter and Google Plus, Pinterest, Snapchat, Live.me, Vid.me, whatever social media construct that you are currently on. We need you to share what we do here with the entire world. That's what we need you to do. Yes, you could donate to our cause monetarily, super duper, fightbackmediagroup.com. Click the donate button. But right now, what I need you to do is I need you to share what we're doing here with all your friends and neighbors. I was going to tell you that there are some resources that you can go to that I think that if you are new in this conservative walk, it's like being a new Christian. You know what? It's great that you turned your life over to Christ, but what now? What now? It's nice that you've decided that you have broken away from the plantation of the Democrat Party, but what now? What now? Who do I listen to now? Do I sit down and listen to a bunch of Rush Limbaugh? Probably not the best idea, quite frankly. I ain't got no problem with Rush, but probably not the best idea for you, for your perspective. So what I'm going to suggest you do, I'm going to suggest that you do this, that you listen to a lot of the Exceptional Conservative Network, a lot of the shows here on TECN, AM and PM. I'm also going to suggest some friends of mine. I'm going to suggest that you go to www.frederickdouglassrepublican.org, www.frederickdouglassrepublican.org, and get a perspective from K. Carl Smith, the Liberty Messenger, on why he's a Frederick Douglass Republican. You're going to hear, and we're going to have K. Carl on the show sooner than later, and you're going to be blown away with stuff that you may not have known, that you didn't get taught, and that nobody is talking about. Nobody is talking about the 4 life-empowering values of Frederick Douglass: respect for the Constitution, respect for life, belief in limited government, and the belief in personal responsibility. Those are the 4 life-empowering values of Frederick Douglass. Nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about that. And this is part of the cure for what ails urban America. This is part of the cure for what ails urban America. Mainstream media, CNN, Clinton News Network, MSNBC, Al Sharpton, and the rest of these people aren't interested in it because that means we don't need them. We don't need government. We don't need big government. So they have no place. They have no place to make a buck. They have no place to get their claws in us. So go to www.frederickdouglassrepublican.org, frederickdouglassrepublican.org, and get hooked in with my friend K. Carl Smith. I think that will be a blessing to you, I think that you will find information there that you thought, my God, why aren't my kids being taught this? Why don't I know about this? Why didn't I know about any of this? Yeah, you're right. You're right. And you're right. It ain't right. It ain't right. Another place I think you should go. I think you should go to Cap Black is Here. Slowly. Cap, C-A-P, Black is Here. All one word. .blogspot.com. Cap Black is Here. .blogspot.com. And read some of the writings and see some of the videos of my friend Nadra Enzi out of Louisiana. So you can sort of see how all these things are really being put into practice in the urban core of New Orleans. So you can see that someone who has already decided that they are going to take action in their own community along Christian conservative values in a positive way. And that's Nadra Enzi. If you haven't seen the movie Runaway Slave, if you've got Netflix, watch it. That's from my friend C.L. Bryant. And you can go to the CLBryantShow.com, the CLBryantShow.com. These are all just resources for you. Another one is www.urbangamechangers.com. Urbangamechangers.com. And she's going to be on the show soon too. We'll probably record an interview with Shirley. Shirley lives in California, and right now, getting her up at 6:05 in the morning, I thought, well, maybe there's better ways technologically to do that. Not have her up at 6:05 in the morning. So she's going to be on to talk to you here this month coming as well. So it's exciting. And again, you can go to FrederickDouglassRepublicans.com. And again, a good friend of mine, Kevin Batts, writes the Red River Chronicle, and he and his wife do Red River Chronicle TV. You can go to theredriverchronicle.com, theredriverchronicle.com, for your more advanced studies of urban conservatism right there. And my friend Sonny Johnson at didshesaysthat.com. Didshesaysthat.com. Now, if you didn't get all that, that's fine. Send me an email at WLSTECN@gmail.com. That's WLSTECN@gmail.com. And I'll send you all the links and get you hooked up in your new life, because you are now a new creation. All old things have passed away, and you are now what you need is some help. You need some tutelage. You need some discipleship. That's what we're here to do. That's what we're here to do. So keep your computer or your tablet or your cell phone dialed in to TECN, the Exceptional Conservative Network, in the morning and in the afternoon. Go back and listen to archive shows. Everybody now has archive shows. Money Matters with Money with Melanie Collette, talking about finances. Of course, we're talking about the Exceptional Conservative one himself, Ken McClinton, on the Exceptional Conservative Show. Reverend Ralph and Lonnie Poindexter on The Right Guys. You can wake to Mike and Shannon Wright in The Right Way. That's a great way to get started. That's a fabulous way to get started. One of the best things is letting yourself be taught. I teach saxophone, flute, and clarinet for a living, and I tell my students, if you let me teach you, you will get everything out of this that you think you're supposed to. But you have to let yourself be taught. So put yourself in a position to be taught. That's what we can do here for you. That's what we can do here for you. All right, we're going to take a little break. We'll be back with more of the show right after these messages. innovation, inspiration, and imagination. 3 important characteristics that are important in any business, but especially in real estate when you're looking for your forever home. And when that home is a new home, there are very, very many things that must go right. The financing must be on point. The furnishings must be on point. The location and neighborhood must be on point. And if you need someone to get that right the first time, you have to go to my friend Gary Knight at New Homes of Tampa Bay. That's New Homes of Tampa Bay. You can reach him on the web at www.newhomestpa.com. If you're looking for innovation through technology, inspiration and imagination through hard work, www.newhomestpa.com. There's no reason to wait for a special occasion to send flowers. No reason to wait until you miss a birthday or an anniversary or Valentine's Day to send flowers. All you have to do is get a hold of my friend Christine at Bloomingdale's Flower Shop, www.bloomingdays.com. That's www.bloomingdays.com. And tell her that you want to send the very best, that you care enough to send the very best. One of FTD's top florists in all of the United States, always in the top 100 of flower shops in the United States. That's Bloomingdale's Flower Shop, www.bloomingdays.com. Forget calling 1-800-something, www.bloomingdays.com. It's great to have partners, but it's even better when one of your partners is one of the finest urban conservatives in America. That's my friend Kevin Batts. Kevin Batts of Red River Chronicle TV. Red River Chronicle TV is taking the internet by storm. With fabulous production, amazing commentary, and incredible insight, Red River TV is the thing that we'll all be watching in 2017. They are the people, Kevin and his wife Janelle, are the voices that are going to make the difference in urban America in 2017. So get in on the ground floor. Go to www.redriverchronicle.com and subscribe to Red River TV today. Alrighty. Well, again, thank you for tuning in today. You know what? One of the best parts about being older is that you have stories, that you gather stories as you roll through your life. Friday, while we were preempted, I had actually a paying gig. I did some adjudicating at a solo and ensemble instrumental festival. I was a judge, and I got to hear some kids play. But it was interesting as we were getting started the day. A man that I've known for some time, who was a teacher at a university here in town for a while, and we became friends, asked me if I was as horrified as he was about the outcome of the presidential election. A white liberal asked me. And I said, no, I'm not horrified at all. I said, I'm good with it. I said, you know what I am horrified by? I'm horrified by that the U.S. rep for where I live, who was supposed to represent the people who are right here where that school that we were at, never comes here, never talks to those people, never talks to any of us. If, you know what, doesn't return my phone calls, doesn't return my emails personally. Occasionally I'll get a form email or a form letter back, and it's completely disconnected from where she is supposed to represent. That's what I'm horrified by. It's time for something different. Till I see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, take care of yourself.